Feedback on our icebreaker speech, 4 to 6 minutes.
It's number 6. It's focusing on vocal variety, so I want you to guys keep that in mind, okay? So I'm going to start with a question. How many of you think that New York City is a very loud kind of place? Okay. And how many of you think that New York City is a quiet place? Nobody. New York is very loud. It's, you got cars and trucks and buses and ambulances and fire trucks and people talking and construction and jackhammers and there's always at least one dude with a speaker on his shoulders blasting music. It's just a very loud place. And I came to New York from Canada, which can be a very kind of a quiet place. If you're on a lake, you can sometimes hear people on the other side of the lake having a conversation. That's how quiet it is. And even the cities in Canada are very quiet. The people speak in a more quiet kind of tone. Not New York. New York is very loud. I still remember when I was in a New York City deli for the first time ordering some food, and this was me ordering food. Excuse me, could I please have, would you mind, excuse me, can I please, would it be too much trouble? Excuse me. It was just, I was getting nowhere. And so I had to learn to be much more direct, much louder, simplify things. So now the way I do it is, excuse me, this muffin over here, thank you. Just had to be more loud and more direct. The same thing if you're in a New York City restaurant. Sometimes it's kind of hard to have a conversation. It's so loud. I remember having a dinner with my girlfriend in a fairly trendy place in Soho, and this is how I was asking her a question. Honey, would you like some dessert? Would you like some dessert? Dessert? It can be very loud. So after 8 years of living in New York, I was actually glad that my job moved to Stamford, Connecticut, and I was able to move here and get a place in Harbor Point over here, which was a much more quiet kind of place. And I was glad that it was kind of calm. I could actually have the window open at night, and it was quiet. I didn't have to sleep with my earplugs like in New York City. So I was glad. Now, as destiny would have it, I got engaged recently. Thank you. And guess where I ended up living again?
New York.
In loud New York City. Yes, I'm back in New York. But I'm actually kind of glad because I have to say, I did miss the city a little bit. The city is amazing. It's one of the best cities in the world. It is loud, but it is also diverse. Has great culture, great arts. It's a great place, so I'm glad. I'm also very lucky because my fiancée is an amazing girl. She's incredible. She's got a great job in the city, so I make the sacrifice for her, and I commute here for the job. Just one sec. We are also lucky that we live in a very cool building in the financial district. It's one of the tallest buildings in New York, and we are all the way on the 55th floor. And up there, you really can't hear anything. It's pretty good, and so we call it the sanctuary in the sky. And up there, all the way on the 55th floor, it's quiet. Okay, thank you.
Does everybody remember what that means?